have something that's going to help with your body hyperpigmentation, you guys. I understand my hair looks like an absolute dumpster fire garbage truck for the past couple months. So good. Short circuiting, they're so good. Dead corpse lips, looking a little ashy. Hey guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Show. I'm so excited for this video because we're doing a favorites video. We are doing my November Clean Beauty favorites, and I can't believe it's already here. I can't believe it's the end of November or beginning of December, because I'm not exactly sure what day this is coming out, but this is wild. I hope you guys had a really nice Thanksgiving. If you did celebrate, I didn't upload twice the week of Thanksgiving because I just felt like, you know what? Let's just enjoy time with our family. Let's not add additional distractions. Everyone just have a good time, but I'm happy to be back. And I'm filming a ton of things today, and I'm jazzed. So I just kind of want to jump into this video and get started. And if you are looking for something that's good for body hyperpigmentation, if you're looking for some good body recommendations, I have some good new stuff in this video that I'm excited to talk to you about. I have a couple of fun new things in this video, so I'm excited to get into this video. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this November Clean Beauty favorites. All right, you guys, November Clean Beauty favorites. Let's get into it. So I actually have been testing some brow gel, so I haven't been using the same brow gels over and over again, so I don't have favorites this month because I've been just using so many things, but the things I loved before I still love. So the Amicole brow pencil has been really good. I've been loving this a ton this month. The shade dark brown is mine. It's so good. It's so good for feathering and just really thin brows, but it's not super intensely aggressively pigmented, which is a good thing because brow pencils that are super pigmented, no. Looking crazy, looking like Sharpie girl, like just not the vibe. And next I have this, still loving this, the Westman Atelier brow pencil in the shade Bark. It is so freaking good. This is the same one I've had, and I've had this for, I'm gonna put on the screen how long it's been, but I'm pretty sure it's been like 6 months or something, and I still haven't run out of this. You know what, that's dramatic. I'm gonna put it on the screen and you'll see, but this is really good. Okay, next let's move on to Complexion. So I've actually been surprising myself this month. I've been grabbing this a ton with this one specifically, the I think it was 330 medium cool, and I love this. I like to blend this with my fingers. I've done a whole review. I've been surprising myself because it's been dry, and by dry I mean like Sahara. Like my skin has been parched, screaming, crying, needing water, and this has been great because it still makes me feel hydrated, and normally when my skin is feeling like this, I like to avoid foundations in general, just because I feel like by the end of the day, my skin a lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time tends to feel a little bit more parched, especially if I'm wearing my makeup all day, because I like to do my makeup in the morning. But this has been great, and I've also been loving the Westman Atelier Complexion drops. I've been just using them a little bit less than this one here, which is the Summer Friday Sheer Skin Tint, and I wear the shade 5 in this. So good, just melts into the skin, feels like skincare. It definitely like hydrates my skin. Same with the Westman Atelier Complexion drops. They are just so freaking good. I've just been grabbing the Summer Fridays a little bit more this month, so I'm mentioning them. They're featured. Their bottle is featured. They're dirty. Look at that dirty, so dirty bottle is being featured in the video. So the next, let's move on to concealer. So I have been, again, parched, screaming, crying. I'm in the Northeast, which means it is so freaking cold. It's been cold for probably like maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And by cold, I mean not really as cold as it gets. Like it gets really cold here, but it's been so cold, like where the wind is like chapping everything, just feeling chapped. So my under eyes have been struggling, and I've really been liking the Say Beauty concealer for that. It isn't the most full coverage, but what it does is it just like hydrates. The best way to use this though is to use your fingers to blend it out. There's something about this product and using your fingers that just works best with it. So good. And then I've also still been using my Kofi concealer, still loving this, but I have again noticed that my under eyes are really dry and a little bit more creasy, so I do like something that this is hydrating. It has like a nice sheen to it and all of that, but in times where I really am struggling, I do really enjoy this one here and the rose ink one as well, but just a little bit. I have been grabbing that a little bit less this month than this. And then also one that I haven't mentioned on this channel in a while, but I've been loving the Hint Beauty concealer, and in the shade medium tan specifically. I also have the shade tan, and I like to mix them together, but the medium tan right now for my complexion, I'm actually wearing it under my eyes a little bit today. It's just so freaking good, and I just love this. The smallest amount of this goes a long way, so like a little dibby dib, little like nothing crazy, because she is pigmented and and she is very much. She's for your full coverage queens and folks out there. This is for you. This is really good. Then next, let's move on to bronzers. So I've been using 2 bronzers pretty much exclusively this month, and that's just because my skin has been really needing like a boost of hydration, and because my skin has been really dry, I've been trying to avoid using too much makeup day to day. So I'd like to use something that is just really blend, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And one is the Mara Beauty bronzer, and this is in the shade Leo. I've used this on camera before. This is really nice. This is really pretty bronzer, and it just melts into the skin really seamlessly. It is like the quickest blend ever. It just, look at that. It's gonna like be blended. Blend. Excuse me? How dare you? It's just so good. Super, just overall a nice one. And if you like a really light, like not very intense bronze, then that is definitely for you. And then next I have the LYS Beauty bronzer stick in the shade Harmony. Loving the shade, really good. And this one is really creamy. So I've been grabbing this a ton this month because I just felt like my skin needed it. Whereas like some of my other cream bronzers aren't necessarily quite as creamy. But this, the shade range here is incredible. So creamy, blends like a dream. It just is so good. I highly recommend this bronzer. It's just so good. Okay, so the next, let's move on to blushes. So I've been using a couple, so let's get into it. The first one I've been using is the Ilia Multi-Stick in the shade Ladybird, which I love. Just so pretty, melts into the skin, just super easy to apply. I love the multi-stick formulation, really good. Okay, so the next I have this one here, the Victoria Beckham Beauty stick blush in the shade Playground, which I love, my obsession. It's just so good. These are very expensive, but I do think they're worth it. They last really long. And these would make a really good holiday gift because they are more pricey, but they are really nice. Their shades are just, the thing about them is their shades are just so unmatched. They're really good. They melt into the skin. They're creamy. They're not super dewy, but they're not matte. They're like a perfect formula, and their shades are incredible. If you want an alternative to the shade Playground, I have the shade from Persona Cosmetics, the shade Teddy is a really good alternative. It's not a perfect 100% dupe, but when I tried it on side by side, I did a video where I did half my face of it more expensive and more affordable makeup. I did this blush versus that one, and like you literally couldn't tell a difference. It was wild. So these are really good, and that one is really good. Okay, so the next. This specific one from Say Beauty, the shade Chili, is so good. And if you're really into that, like, just in from the cold look that I know has started to trend, but also if you're just like, you like something that gives you that, like, I was just outside, whoa, my cheeks are like flushing, this is so good. So again, this is the shade Chili, and this is like the most beautiful shade, but it isn't too much in terms of like, it looks bright, but it like is just, it's just gorgeous. I love, like, this specific type of cool tone pink is just everything in winter. So the next I have 2 powder blushes that I've been loving. This is the shade Kiss of Pink from Bare Minerals, their Gen Nude bronzer blush kind of duo thing, in the shade Kiss of Rose, which is my newer shade. I have all the shades now, but this one's really good. I've been loving this. It just gives you like a really nice flush to the cheeks, and they both give you like such a nice natural look. I don't know. I actually gifted the shade Kiss of Pink, to my friend for her birthday, and she texted me and she was like, whoa, this is life-changing, this blush. It's really good. I actually also gifted the Persona Cosmetics stick blush to my friend as well, in the shade Teddy, and they have a pink shade. What is it called? I can't remember the shade now. My mind is blanking, but and she really likes those formulas. They're really good. Okay, next. Let's move on to eyeliners. So I have been using these eyeliners nonstop, the Persona Cosmetics eyeliners. You know I'm obsessed with them. They're just so freaking good. I have a 4th one too. I don't know where it is, but they're really good. I've been using them nonstop. They just blend beautifully. And when I want to do a more natural makeup look, but I want something on my lash line, but I don't want it to be an eyeshadow, I want it to last super long, but I don't want it to be like a harsher eyeshadow line, I apply them and I blend them out with my finger just so it's a little bit smokiness, and it's just so good. I've also been using I'm back on my Victoria Beckham Beauty eyeliner cake. I like when I got a restock of these, I stopped using this one as much because the new formula that I got, or I don't know if they're new formula, but to me it feels different than the older formula, and I don't know if it's just in my head, but they're creamier. So these have been blending out really long. These last longer than the Victoria Beckham ones, but I've been using the Victoria Beckham a ton, obsessed, and I have the shade Black and Brown in the Victoria Beckham, and they're just really, really good. Okay, so the next. This eyeshadow palette is so good. Persona Cosmetics, specifically the Identity, just the Identity palette is so good. I actually use a lot of these shades in my eyeshadow look today, and I'm just like, it's just okay. If you can get the Persona Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes, I think this video is going to go up before the sales are over. I mean, I've talked about them a ton, but like, get the eyeshadow palettes. Like, they are just so freaking good, and I know that they're not the cheapest eyeshadow palettes. They're also not the most expensive, but they're not the cheapest by any means. Grab them. They're really good. Those, the eyeliners, the lip liners, those are really good. There's a million. Okay, gotta stop yapping. Okay, next, let's move on to mascara. So I've been using this one nonstop this month, the Ilia mascara. No one talked about this. I talk about this all the time. I've been grabbing this a little bit more than I have the Tower 28 one this month. I've been using the Tower 28 one a ton this month as well, though. Really good. Just such a good one. Just so good. But I've been loving this. It just gives them volume, but it also, if I don't want it to be volumizing, because it depends on how you use it. So like, if I just use one side to get just, I want it to be more like a very natural lash look, I'll go with like the shorter bristles. But if I want volume, I go shorter, longer, and I kind of do a combo to kind of do that. And they're just so good because it's double-ended and not both sides don't match. Love. Okay, next. Ooh, I have been loving using this for like when I'm doing like Thanksgiving looks or whatever, more holiday-y looks. She's coming. She's coming. She's coming. She's coming. Don't worry, I have a full repertoire of holiday looks that I'm going to do. Red lip. We're going to do a little shimmery eye. She's going to be cute. But I've been loving when I'm doing more, not fancy, but like a little bit, looks that are a little bit more jazzy. I have been loving using this eyelash curler. This is the Shiseido one. I've talked about this before. Really, really good. Okay, next let's move on to lips. So lips, I've been loving the Victoria Beckham lip liner still. This is the shade 05, but I've been grabbing the shade 04 and 02 a ton as well. 05 is great because it's like a really good brown tone. It's neutral enough, but it has like warmth to it, so it's not looking like dead corpse lips. Looking a little ashy. Like, this is really nice. I really, really enjoy these lip liners. And you guys, I'm so sad. This is the Rowan Beauty. This is their liquid lipstick. I repurchased this in the shade Charlie. I have a lot of their shades. I don't have all of them, but I have a lot of their shades, and they're just so freaking good. And I was really excited to repurchase this because I freaked out. This is my like everyday, like, look how little I have left. That's like nothing. This is my everyday like slap on and gives my lips a little bit of color, but it's not like too much color, but it does something, but it's super hydrating. Like, oh my goodness, these are so freaking hydrating. They're expensive, but honestly, if your lips have been struggling and like lip glosses and all of that haven't been working, when you still want, you know, a little something, not just like a lip mask on, these are so good. And again, this is the shade Charlie. I have Jude. I did a whole review on Rowan Beauty, but so good. I'm short-circuiting. They're so good. Okay, so the next is from Persona Cosmetics. Their E-Balm. I have their other two shades coming in the mail, and also some more lip liners, which like I'm jazzed because I really like the formula of their lip liner, but I do want a little bit of a darker color as we're going into winter, because it's about to snow here, and we need to be prepped for it, you know what I'm saying? And this is great. So this is the E-Balm, this is in the shade Gratitude. Again, the other two shades are coming in, and this is really, really pretty. Love this. Super hydrating, and just like so pigmented. This is so good. I've used this a ton. I've used this in a ton of tutorials. I'm just obsessed with this formula. It's really good. So then next we're moving on to non-makeup stuff. So let's get into it. I have been loving these hair clips, okay? I have so many colors because I actually bought like a variety pack. I'm gonna link everything down below, but these are so good. I also have one more shade. They're just all so freaking good, but also these are such good hair clips. They just hold your hair in place. Okay, but they're not so big. I have a small head, so like sometimes hair clips are just like so big and they're also not uncomfy. Sometimes hair clips just like you're putting in your hair, you're like, ow, why are you here to hurt me? I thought we were friends. So these are so, so good. I love these. And they're cute, they're matte, they're aesthetic, if you will. Vibes. Okay, next. Skin. I've been drying. I've been saying, Mama's dehydrated. We've been struggling. And so I have been using this a ton, this face cream. So this is, I'm going to link everything down below because the I have been using this a ton. This is, I'm actually, I have a backup order because I'm almost out of this. Look how sad. I literally have like maybe a couple of uses left. But I love this face cream. This is the collagen face cream from First Aid Beauty. I've also used their other ones, which I love First Aid Beauty. Like I literally can never go wrong with them. They just serve everything I need. This is really good, super hydrating, especially during the day, but it's not so hydrating that I can't, like, you know when stuff is like too thick? And you're like, sweetie, what can I put on the top of this? Like, no makeup, everything's gonna slide off. And they also, like, sometimes when they're thick, they give that like cold cream vibe, which isn't bad. Love cold cream. Love cold cream. If anyone was a dancer as a kid, like, and you had to do performances, cold cream saved lives because that's how you removed your makeup. It was the best. But this is really, really good. I enjoy this a lot. So then next, let's move on to underarms. So again, I talk about this all the time. This is literally exclusively what I've been using. I also have tried the Necessaire one. I've done a comparison before, and I also really like that one, but this one I like a little bit more. So this is the Cosa Sport, and this is, what scent do I have? The green flavor. They have green, white, which is non-scented, and then blue. And I have the blue body wash, so I think it smells like that, but this is really, really good. Just keeps all the smell at bay. If you get smelly in your sweatshirts, I do, then this is really good. And if you get ingrown hairs, especially if you have curly hair under your arms, this is really good. If you have darkness under your arms, which don't we all? This is really good at getting rid of that. Super, super good. Okay, next. This is the best sunscreen ever. I'm just obsessed with it. So this is the K-Skin sunscreen. The only thing I will say about this is like the writing kind of rubs off on the front, which if that bothers you, then this might not be for you, but the product is amazing. This is so good. I have a backup. I literally freaked out because I'm almost out of this. Like, hear that? There's nothing. I got the last little squirtsies out this morning, and now I'm like, thank God I have a backup because I can't run out of this. It's so good. It doesn't break out my skin. There are some sunscreens that if I use them every single day, a couple days in a row, I get like bumpy skin, and that's when my Caudalie detox oil, which I actually had to use the other day because I was using a different sunscreen because I was like almost out and I was like trying to save this. So I started using another sunscreen and like my skin got bumpy all over, and I was like, see, lesson learned. And I had to use that, and it got my skin right and back in place. So I'm still obsessed with that. By the way, if you're wondering, the Caudalie Detox Oil is so good. They changed the packaging. It's finally back in stock, like most places that it's sold, with the new packaging, and it's a little couple dollars cheaper. I believe it was like $50 before. Now it's like $49 or something like that. I just reordered a new one. Anyways, really, really good. Next, let's move on to, let's do hair and then body. So then hair, Olaplex 3. I've talked about this 1,000 times. I've gotten so many questions recently. Okay, and I understand my hair looks like an absolute dumpster fire garbage truck for the past couple months because I just couldn't. I just was done with my hair. But I've been getting a lot of questions about my hair lately, and and like how I get my hair really shiny, and especially when it's like this is my hair right now. Just like I need to wash it, but especially when I like straighten my hair or I go through and I use hair tools, like heat tools and all of that, my hair's really shiny. And this honestly is this is it. Like, this is so good. This and the JVN shine drops that they have that smell like heaven on earth. You need to try them. I try to use this honestly about twice. I try to wash my hair once a week. Okay, not been going well lately. because my skin, everything's not been in a happy place. But I try to wash my hair about once a week, max twice. Like twice is when I'm trying to be cute, like multiple days a week, which like is never. But I use this every time I like at least once a week of that like shampoo. I try to do that. And this is the large size. I don't think they really have this in stock anymore. I actually just reordered the small one because I couldn't find the big one in stock, which I'm sure is going to change. Like this is like the holiday size. And this has lasted me since last holiday, which is actually kind of crazy if you think about it. It's really good. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, so the next, let's move on to body. So I have a couple products that I've been loving. First, the Osé Undarian body, like algae, Undaria. That's not even how it's spelled. Their body oil is so freaking good. My body has been loving this, soaking it up. It is so nice. It just soaks right in. It smells really, really freaking good. What is this scent? Oh, it's just like citrus orange deliciousness, but not that weird fake orange where you're like, okay, are you okay? This is like nice. It smells like real orange. Like, you know when you take orange peel and you like do this and then like a little citrusy smell comes out? That's what it smells like. It smells like really nice orange peels. It's just delicious. It is so good. I'm obsessed with this. It's just so good. And I feel like I mentioned this in the last favorites that I mentioned this in, but like my friend, when I first got this, she was like, how haven't you tried this yet? Because she's obsessed with it. And I was like, I don't know. I just haven't tried it yet. And now I really don't think I'm going back to other body oils because it is just so good. It's just so, I wish it was a bigger bottle though, just because like Mama's gonna run out. Okay, so then next, you guys, I have this body serum. I'm freaking obsessed with it. This is from the brand Iota, which is a new brand. They actually sent this to me, and this is their Super Plant Body Serum Plus, and I believe this is their Radiance one. You guys. Oh, that was a lot. I just put a whole pump on the back of my hand. Okay, I'm gonna have to put it on my arms too. This is so good. So this is like, if you like the Necessaire body serum, which I know is a lot of people's favorites, and you wanted it to have like a little bit, not wanted, but like you would want it to have a little bit more substance to it, like a little bit more meat to its bones, this is it. This is so freaking good. This melts into the skin, like disappears. Like your body absorbs it, and then you're just like a hydrated queen. And like body lotions, whenever I go into like the warmer months, like body lotions just like aren't doing what I need in terms of like the dehydration, like deep dehydration that I'm feeling on my body. This has changed the game for me. I have been obsessing over this. It is so good. And it is incredible. I love this. It is so good. So if you're looking for a good body serum, this is really good. And it has like, to me, it really smells like nothing, but it has like a tiny whiff of a scent that is like very clean smelling. It is so freaking good. It's hold on. It's just like this. And it just kind of, I don't know. It's just so freaking good. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with this. I actually am so happy that I got my hands on this because I've really been struggling. If you are struggling this month, this is so freaking good. This would also make a really good gift because I feel like body serums, you know, you just go and you grab body lotion wherever. A lot of the time you're not like, ooh, I need a serum. Or maybe you do. I don't. I'm not like, ooh, I need a serum. Sometimes I'm just like, okay, what do I have that I can put on my body that is around? And this is one of those that like I wouldn't have like thought to get myself another serum, but this I'm really happy I have. Okay, so next, I have something that's gonna help with your body, hyperpigmentation, you guys. Anyone that gets hyperpigmentation on their body knows it lasts a lot longer than any hyperpigmentation on your face. It is truly a chore. It is disrespectful. It is so freaking rude, and I'm like done with body hyperpigmentation. It is just, it lasts so long, especially on my back. If I do get breakouts from stress or whatever, especially stressful times, like I break out on my back and it'll be there for 2 years. And it is so rude. And anyone that has that knows you have to wait around it for it to go away unless you have something. And I have something for you. The Versed or Versed, I think it's Versed. I always pronounce everything wrong, but Versed, Press Start Gentle Retinol Body Lotion. So this is my third bottle of this. It is so freaking good. Also, if you're trying to avoid signs of aging and all of that, but this is so freaking good. The first time I actually used this, I had my husband put it on my back because I have some pretty bad hyperpigmentation from when I was really stressed, like planning my wedding. It is still like on my back and it won't go away. And some of the really, really, really dark ones, just sometimes it could be like 4 years till they're gone. And this, had my husband put it on my back, and the next morning, you guys, I know this is dramatic. I exfoliated before. Like I did a little nice body exfoliation and all of that. This, honestly, I did notice a difference after one day. And I know that that is crazy, and I'm not kidding. The next day, my husband, I was like, look at my back, is it any better? And he was like, whoa, this is like a big difference, especially like the little itty bitty ones that are kind of like the ones that aren't super, super, super dark. Those ones really lightened up pretty quickly. I've been using this for a while now, and of course my back isn't 100% healed or gone, but it is really like a night and day. And I honestly like think I have a backless dress to wear at a wedding in May, and I honestly think by the time May rolls around, my back is going to be in the clear. Like the speed at which this has cleared up, and when I say hyperpigmentation on my back, I mean my entire back erupted because I was really, really, really stressed. And like my body specifically, it could be like a light scratch, like it could be something like so simple, and the hyperpigmentation on my body will be there immediately. Like it is so frustrating. And my whole back was covered, and I didn't know what to do, because a lot of times you just have to wait for it to go away. You know what I mean? Like the acne's gone, right? It was there for like couple weeks, and then from like the high stress moment, then it goes away, and then you still have the mark. This honestly has like changed the game for me. And if you suffer from hyperpigmentation, definitely check this out. This is also very affordable. Like this is so freaking good. I highly recommend. I've talked about this too much. The body stuff today has been like unmatched. Like these two, this combination here, actually these three, elite, you guys, elite. Highly recommend all of this stuff for the body specifically. And yeah, that's it for this video. That is it for my November clean beauty favorites. I hope that you found this video entertaining. You found some good stuff. There was some new stuff in here today. I would love to know down below, what do you do for your body hyperpigmentation if you do have it? Let me know down below. I know it's something that like a lot of people really struggle with, and it's one of those things that like when you have it, you're really, really insecure, or you're just like really annoyed and pissed off that your body is just not healing fast enough. So let me know what you use, because I'm always on the hunt for other options. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.